Hello everyone and welcome to California Life. I'm your host, Heather Dawson. Well, we decided to bring the show to the snow this week with a special spotlight staycation on beautiful Telluride, Colorado.
The gold rush brought an entire city to the Colorado town of Telluride. Now, 100 years later, skiers are discovering a different kind of gold. The unrivaled beauty of the peaks and valleys blend with culture, giving this big-time ski hill a small-town feel. Just one of the many reasons why celebrities like Tom Cruise and Oprah have discovered the four-season paradise with a laid-back attitude where locals say they came for the winter but stayed for the summer. The mountain village offers ski-in and out accommodations, including the Fairmont Heritage Place Franz Klammer Lodge, making Telluride the perfect place to bring your family.
Our goal is to make the vacation experience hassle-free. The gondola truly is one of the greatest community amenities that we have. Whether it's during the daytime and the beautiful views of the 14,000-foot peaks, or at night when you have like a moonrise coming over those peaks and it's lighting up the whole valley and you've got this magical town below. It really is spectacular.
After a day of shredding down the hill, who can resist a chance to pamper yourself with a relaxing spa treatment?
One of our most popular amenities here is our Himmel Spa. And Himmel is German for heaven, and the spa certainly lives up to its namesake. We offer a variety of different body treatments and massages.
Every parent should love this sign. That's right, the ski school doesn't want parents to drag in the skis, boards, and boots. Everything is taken care of once you drop them off. Now that's relaxing.
We've got people from all over the world for instructors, and all certified, and they do a great program.
The mountain offers a complete variation of runs from almost every chairlift, making it easy for families to stay together. Or if you're looking for a more intimate getaway, you couldn't ask for a more romantic setting than the Inn at Lost Creek.
The destination sells itself. I mean, you look at the surroundings, it's truly beautiful, dramatic scenery. We were lucky to be one of the first hotels to be built in Mountain Village, so we have the most ideal ski-in, ski-out location.
You can find everything from family restaurants to fine dining in Telluride, including 9545, whose name comes from their above sea level elevation. The Southwest style creations at this bistro aren't your typical ski fare of chili and hot chocolate.
In North America, people eat to ski, and in Europe, they ski to eat. And we're going to try to change that in North America here with these great restaurants and dining experiences.
Over Labor Day weekend, the Telluride Film Festival premieres more movies anywhere outside of Hollywood and draws A-list celebrities like George Clooney, Sean Penn, and Brad Pitt. Celebrities have also gathered in front of the Golden Hills to make this town of just over 2,000 residents the perfect backdrop for fall weddings. But despite the many high-profile sightings in Telluride, it isn't the place to be seen, it's the place to hang out. I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Coming up next here on California Life, you may not know that Telluride has its own famous film festival Labor Day weekend. And later on, we're going to check in at the Palm Springs International Film Festival, where many of your favorite A-list celebrities are walking the red carpet. You don't want to miss it. Stay with us. Welcome back to California Life. Joining me now here at the top of Chair 5 in beautiful Telluride, Colorado is Jake Linzenmeyer.
Yes.
Got it right. And he is here to tell us not only about the amazing restaurant right here, but all of the culinary experiences here in Telluride, which I guess is a cut above.
It is. You know, we've, in the last couple of years here in Telluride, we've strived to become not only the best skiing destination, but the best culinary destination. So with this opening of this restaurant, which is only 2 days old at this point, we've brought our take on country French haute cuisine or high altitude cuisine to Telluride. All of our food here is based on the high regions kind of bordering Italy and France, so the Haute Savoie. So we're doing cassoulets, which is with duck confit, and lamb stews using lamb that actually you can see pastures where they're raised from the mountain here.
And there's a special meaning to the name here as well.
Yes, bon vivant is more of a philosophy than it is anything else. It's a person who loves life and loves food and wine and art and experience. So What we've done here is just our kind of interpretation of that. If you're here skiing in Telluride, you obviously bought into that philosophy. You love life, you love what life brings, and fine wine and food and dining are all part of that.
And there really is something for everyone. It's not your typical, just your chili and hot chocolate. I mean, whether it's fine dining or families.
Well, we've made a real effort in Telluride to have restaurants that appeal to everyone. So Garano is a little bit further down the hill, and that's an old sheep herder barn from this region from the last 100 years. So that's where you go for your big bowls of chili and great burgers. You come to Bon Vivant, as I said, for great French wines and cassoulets and stews. Up on the very top of the mountain, up behind us here, is what's called Alpena Vino, which is our Italian concept where we have all meats and cheeses from the regional alpine areas of Italy, as well as wines to match. A little further down that's on the gondola line, that connects Telluride with the mountain village, is All Reds, which is our fine dining restaurant which has the views over town. We also have out on the kind of the frontiers of the ski area, High Camp, which is out on the prospect right beyond that ridge, which is grab-and-go soups and salads and anything you want there as well.
Well, nothing beats riding a gondola to Elred's. We did that. And,
that's my commute every day.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And also you have some unique dining experiences. You can take the snowcat as well.
Yes.
And
yes. The cat we're doing to Alpena Vino at night. And Alpena Vino was originally built on a mining claim. And it's a small little stone and wood structure built very much in traditional alpine style. And you catch the cat coach, and you ride up in an enclosed coach from the top of All Reds to the top of Alpena Vino, have dinner. You can either choose wine courses or not. It's 5 courses, and then ride back down. And so big roaring fire up there and great rustic Italian food.
Well, I know that Telluride as a resort is very excited about you personally, and you taking over. You have quite a background.
Well, I'm lucky to be able to do it here. I've done a lot of restaurants around the world, and I've done projects for myriad of hotel companies, but my heart is here, and when they asked me to come on board to develop these restaurants and develop this style, and there's a real commitment here with the ski company to have these intimate, smaller restaurants rather than the big food court style restaurants that are maybe typical of other bigger resorts. Telluride has just always been very independent minded. The backcountry here, skiing is fantastic, and then now we finally have an opportunity to bring a culinary experience that matches.
What is the famous quote? I think that Tom told me, some people ski to eat, and you have to say that for us.
Yeah, ski to eat or eat to ski, and I don't know if I have it quite verbatim there, but luckily we have some great picks.
Well, you're making me hungry right now.
Good.
So thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
We can't wait to taste it.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
And coming up next, we take you to the Palm Springs International Film Festival, where the A-list celebrities are walking the red carpet. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Dawson with California Life, and we're here at the 30th Annual Palm Springs International Film Festival. Again, it gets bigger and better every year. We're here on the red carpet getting ready for all the stars to go into the gala. Let's check it out.
To get Best Ensemble is huge for us because we really did feel like a company, and we rehearsed for 9 weeks together and got to know each other over the course of almost a year. And so I think by the end we were this sort of Poppins clan, and so to be getting the Ensemble Award is really special, really cool.
Why did you do black and white?
It was part of the DNA of the film. I never questioned it. It was just like that from the moment of its inception. But I'm just so happy, not only about the film, because it speaks about a greater openness towards diversity in terms of characters, but also in terms of the kind of films that people are embracing. So I'm very excited.
Very happy to be with you tonight to honor an actor I have had the pleasure of working with for the past 3 years.
It is a prestigious honor to be at the Palm Springs Film Festival. One I am very proud to be. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to be recognized by this group of individuals, and among such a talented group as well.
It's crazy. You know, I was here 6 years ago. I gave it to David O. Russell. So the fact to be here with that recognition is, and for Sam to be the one, you know, it's nuts. First of all, it's massive. That's the thing you don't realize. You walk in that hall, it's like the Thunderdome. I mean, the first time I came here, I couldn't believe how huge it is. And then obviously the warmth that you receive when you arrive, you know, so it's sort of the first one in a lot of ways. So, you know, and I've been very blessed with this festival over the years. So for me personally, it means a lot.
How does it feel to get the icon?
I'm very honored. I'm very honored. I think independent film, it will always be films that almost don't get made, no matter what they're about. But I think a film with this subject matter was more challenging, probably. And the fact that it came out during the Me Too movement and all that is rather just serendipitous.
It is a very grim statistic. Every 2 hours, a woman dies from cervical cancer. With that in mind, January is Cervical Health Awareness Month. And someone you may not be aware of who has suffered from cervical cancer is sports reporter and Dancing with the Stars host Erin Andrews. She was diagnosed with cervical cancer in 2016 and has successfully beat the disease. We're happy to have her with us today, along with Dr. Jessica Shepard, to discuss how women can protect themselves against cervical cancer.
Morning.
Hi.
Now, Erin, you were diagnosed a couple of years ago. Tell us your story.
Right before I went back for the NFL season, I went and got all my exams done with my, doctor, my OBGYN, and it ended up happening like week 3 of the NFL season. I got a text from my doctor that said, you have tested positive for this, and now we have to deal with it. So it was obviously something very hard to deal with. I was on Dancing with the Stars at the time and working a full NFL schedule, and didn't want to miss a bit of work, and kind of wanted to keep it under wraps. And we were able to do that, and thankfully able to beat this thing. And so I teamed up with Hologic to try to get the message out there that women need to take time out of their very busy schedule. They need to make an appointment with their OBGYN and get in and get tested, because if you do test positive for cervical cancer, it is treatable and it is preventable.
Absolutely. And that's one of the reasons that Erin is here with us today, is because she had a wonderful relationship with her doctor. She went every year to get her annual. And so even though it was detected, cervical cancer was detected, it's preventable and treatable, and that's exactly what she did. So, you know, that should send a message to so many women, is that at the age of 21, start getting your pap smear, and between the ages of 30 to 65 is adding on that HPV to your pap testing and making sure that HPV is being screened in your pap smear. And so it's really important, again, establishing that relationship, making sure that you're taking time for yourself to go to the doctor and ask the questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and make sure that you're getting that pap and HPV together.
And Erin, what is your message for women watching this today?
Make your appointment. It's one of the hardest things to do. I mean, listen, I appreciate the fish tanks in the waiting room at the doctor's office, but I mean, it doesn't make me calm. Nobody wants to go to the doctor, but you need to go. Schedule an appointment with your OBGYN. Get out there, like Dr. Shepard said, get your questions ready, ask, but just go get tested, because the sooner you get tested, hopefully nothing's wrong, but if there is, you can get in there, you can have options for treatment, and you can beat it.
Great advice, and I understand in most cases cervical cancer testing is covered by health insurance. Erin Andrews and Dr. Shepard, thanks so much for being with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Bringing you the best of California, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
The area surrounding Palm Springs has so much to offer. I'm here at the beautiful Rancho Las Palmas Resort and Spa that's located right in the heart of Coachella Valley, which has easy access to the best restaurants, which is very important to know for Restaurant Week.
Restaurant Week is a fabulous experience here in the Coachella Valley. There's a number of different restaurants that offer 2 different types of menus, a $24 and $36 menu.
We're excited about taking Restaurant Week to the next level, and including spas this time and things that attract people to Palm Springs. So we'll have some more attractions just to make it a great experience for everybody.
Restaurant Week board members like Tony and Bob are all busy preparing for this summer's 5th annual Palm Springs Restaurant Week, where visitors literally eat their way through the 10-day event.
Having Restaurant Week towards the latter end of the season gives people a chance to come in and experience the desert when it's not crowded and at a price point where most everybody can afford.
Over 100 restaurants, hotels, and attractions participate in the 10-day event that serves up an average of over 55,000 meals. This is just one of the many events in the Valley that bring the community together and fill the area with new visitors.
It's always exciting to get a first-time customer, and it's always exciting to get some of the regulars or the locals to come back in.
It's great to see people busy on the streets in June. It's awesome. I mean, everyone thinks the weather's really hot, and it's not that hot in June. It actually had beautiful weather last year. So it's a great way to buzz into the city, and people walking around all the time, and it's just becoming an all-year-round place to be.
You should definitely take a break from all of the eating to do a bit of playing. Local attractions such as Desert Adventures partner with Restaurant Week to give visitors and residents an exciting experience miles away from the ordinary.
Desert Adventures is a really unique company. We operate on an 840-acre private parcel of land that straddles the San Andreas fault line. It's approximately 2.5 miles wide on our property. We can take you 1.5 miles into the fault line and literally put you right between the North American and the Pacific Plate, which is what the San Andreas Fault separates.
Coachella Valley is just filled with great restaurants, hotels, and attractions, and it's just such a great opportunity for people to come experience all of that at a discount.
Restaurant Week kicks off June 1st and ends June 10th, so go ahead and start planning your vacation now. To find out more information, you can visit PalmSpringsRestaurantWeek.com. Bringing you the best of California, I'm Christina Irwin for California Life.
Americans are eager to travel according to recent AARP research on travel trends. Lifestyle expert Kia Malone explains why people are booking trips for 2019 earlier than in years past.
You get more for your money and more options by booking your vacation early. Right now, you get first dibs on things like airfare and flight options, room or even cabin categories and upgrades.
Booking early gives you more time to plan your itinerary and, in the case of cruising, more time to plan excursions and take advantage of incentives.
The month of January is considered wave season in the travel industry because the amazing deals available on cruises. Like Viking, it's offering special cruise fares on some of its most popular river cruise itineraries and some huge discounts on flights. One of the most popular itineraries is on the Danube River. That comes with round-trip international airfare for $5.99 a person. So if this is on your bucket list, do it now.
Go to VikingCruises.com to learn more and check out the amazing destinations.
Is the American dream dead? According to a new survey by Eve, a digital mortgage lender, 81% of Americans believe it's on life support. A major part of the American dream is owning your own home, which is becoming increasingly painful for many Americans. The survey showed that nearly half of respondents don't believe a traditional mortgage lender will treat them fairly. 1/3 of Americans said the stress of the home buying process would prevent them from purchasing a new home. So what can fix this unease in the housing market? Eve believes in a balance of technology and people to give power back to home buyers. The digital mortgage lender built their own in-house software platform. They complete a full upfront underwrite on a borrower in 24 hours. The result? Home buyers can make offers with cash-like power on a new home. To gain more confidence in your home financing, visit HelloEve.com.
That'll do it for us this week here at California Live. Thank you so much for letting us show you beautiful Telluride, Colorado. If you missed any part of our show, go to our website, CaliforniaLiveHD.com. We'll see you next time.
Watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.